Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. For today's video, we have a crazy what-if video for you guys to watch today, man. This is what if every single current NBA team added an all-time legend to the roster. So basically what I did, guys, is I went on the all-time rosters and I put, like, for the most part, the best player that was on that all-time team, and I put him in the current NBA on that same NBA team. Now, there's a few exceptions I made just to kind of keep things flowing a bit on this, type of video right here, and also just, I don't know, man, keep it as interesting as possible, but also, I don't want to say, like, realistic, but it will all make sense, guys, when we go through the roster here. I'm going to kind of explain every single roster, man. So, yeah, it's going to be absolutely crazy to see how each one of these all-time great players, all these players that brought us all so many good memories in the past, have you be, a 10-year-old, a 20-year-old, an 80-year-old basketball fan. We all have great memories from these NBA players, and these are all guys that helped really shape the NBA to what it is today and the sport that we all know and love. You guys can do me a quick favor and please drop a like on this video. Show me that crispy support this December here, man. That'd be greatly appreciated. But here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and check out these rosters. Okay, so Philadelphia. Also, man, before we go to each team, try to predict which player you think it is going to be. Obviously, Philadelphia 76ers. You gotta know who it's gonna be, guys. It's gotta, of course, be Allen Iverson. Yes, he is like the perfect player to put on this team right here, just because like he can dominate with the ball, but also due to his shooting ability. I know, like, in real life, he wasn't always like the greatest shooter, and he was kind of a high volume scorer. But at the same time, man, like, the best of the best Allen Iverson, this dude can knock it down, do everything on the court, man, attacking the basket, literally everything. So he fits in nicely at that shooting guard position. The next team we have is the Milwaukee Bucks with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, the dude is 7'2", guys. Like, add him to the length of Giannis. This team right here is freaking scary as heck. Like, low-key, man, they're like my dark horse for this video to maybe even win the NBA championship, because this right here, absolutely deadly, my friends. Just so much already, like, great talent on this team, and really all the Bucks needed was a great center. Well, guess what? You got, like, the best of all time in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We got the Chicago Bulls here, of course, and Michael Jordan to the squad right here. We shifted Zach LaVine over the small forward position just because he is also a shooting guard, so I want, like, all the best players to play on each team. So we got the Jordan, Lauri Markkanen duo out there. Now, I don't think Michael Jordan is actually going to, like, lead this team to the championship just because, while he is the GOAT, the rest of the Chicago Bulls currently are not. And we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, so I was thinking of, like, adding, like, the prime LeBron James, but at the same time, the LeBron James is already pretty good, and I really did not want to have, like, two LeBron Jameses on the same team. It just didn't really make all that much sense to me. I also didn't want to add Kyrie Irving just because that's, like, still, that's kind of like a sensitive topic with some Cleveland Cavaliers fans. So I added Mark Price. Yes, man, this guy led this team for many, many years. Sure, Cleveland would not always have, like, the greatest pass or nothing when it comes to, like, winning and everything in their franchise, but Mark Price is going to try to help LeBron James win a championship. His sharpshooting out there is going to be a great addition to really help LeBron James hopefully go for another ring. Boston Celtics, we added Larry Legend at the small forward position. I decided to put Gordon Hayward at shooting guard just to see how that would work out. We got Kyrie Irving, of course, we still got Al Horford, Jason Tatum, guys like that. I guess Larry could also play power forward if needed, but I'm trying him at small forward position, just keep him at his natural spot. Los Angeles Clippers. Okay, so their best player, man, there was not a lot of choices. Chris Paul was just like recently left them, so I decided to go with Bob McAdoo on this team, put him at the power forward position, naturally a center. Blake Griffin, I shifted him to small forward, just kind of want the best guys to play. And we are going to keep DeAndre Jordan at the center position. Memphis Grizzlies got the Gasol brothers back at it. Again, got Marc Gasol here, but also Pau Gasol, 94 overall. He was actually traded to the Lakers in exchange for, I believe it was Kwame Brown, and actually the rights to Marc Gasol. Little known fact right there, although you guys probably knew that. Atlanta Hawks, I believe Bob Pettit was actually ranked as, like, the highest player on the Hawks technically, but when I think of the Atlanta Hawks, man, I think of the highlight reel, Dominique Wilkins. So I had him on the team right here to team up with Dennis Schroeder, aka Cash Nasty, see what this team can do out here. Miami Heat, yes, guys, I know that LeBron James is, like, technically, like, the best Miami Heat player ever because he's 99 overall, but for one, we already have LeBron James in the NBA in, like, a really good form. Yes, I know Dwayne Wade, of course, is on the Cleveland Cavaliers too, but he's no longer in his prime, so I wanted to add a prime Dwayne Wade. And when I think of the Heat, man, I think of every single just, like, great moment that Dwayne Wade provided this franchise, the multiple championship rings. So for that reason, that is why I chose him over LeBron James. It just felt right for me for this video. Charlotte Hornets, I mean, y'all got Glenn Rice out there at the small forward position. Amazing shooter, guys. One of the best shooters ever, actually. So he's going to provide some spacing for Dwight Howard, Kemba Walker, guys like that. Utah Jazz. This was tough, guys. It was a choice between Karl Malone and also John Stockton. I decided to go with Karl Malone just because, like, this team already has, like, a passing point guard, Ricky Rubio, and a guy, man, if you want to be quite honest about it, like, yes, John Stockton is one of the greatest point guards ever. So let's just say that Ricky Rubio was just a poor man's John Stockton. That's why I decided to go with him. instead of, John Stockton on this team. It just kind of made more sense. Sacramento Kings, we got Oscar Robertson, see what he can do, see if he can drop some triple doubles. New York Knicks, we got Walt Frazier on this team to team up with Kristaps Porzingis. Now, Walt Frazier, it's just like this might be the great point guard the Knicks need to really take them to the playoffs in this video. Los Angeles Lakers, I know Magic Johnson is known as the greatest Laker ever. He's a 99 overall in this game, but I decided to go with Kobe Bryant because I didn't want to see oh my god, that Kobe Bryant face is not fantastic. Come on, man. I know LD2K no longer works for 2K, but y'all gotta give the man respect and give Kobe a better face than that. And I did want to see Kobe Bryant team up in the backcourt with Lonzo Ball because Magic Johnson, of course, is running the team, so we can't play the team and run the point guard position. I mean, he could. It's just that great. Orlando Magic, we do have Tracy McGrady at the small forward position. Orlando Magic have been playing some great basketball this season, so they actually got some pretty good rated players on this team, so I'm curious what they do in this video. Dallas Mavericks, all I did was switch out current Dirk Nowitzki with the prime 26-year-old 97 overall Dirk Nowitzki. There was nobody else we were going to add there. I guess Mark Aguirre could have been there, but come on, man, we all want to see prime Dirk. Brooklyn Nets, tossing on Julius Erving, Dr. J with D'Lo. We got Denver Nuggets, David Thompson, another great shooter that's really going to bring an offensive onslaught with Nikola Jokic and also Paul Millsap. We got Jermaine O'Neal forming a great front court with Miles Turner at the power forward position. Also, guys, keep in mind that Reggie Miller is not on this game, or I would have put him on there. New Orleans Pelicans. This was a tough one, guys, because, like I said, man, I'm trying to, avoid putting, all-star, superstar type players that are already in this game in the current NBA, which Chris Paul is an elite point guard still. But at the same time, the Pelicans, it was either Chris Paul, another Anthony Davis, and then there was a 90 overall Baron Davis, I guess, that I could have used. So when I think of the Pelicans, when I think of the Hornets, actually, back in the day, I do think of Chris Paul, so I did add him on the team here. Detroit Pistons, we got Isaiah Thomas, Zeke to run that point guard position. Toronto Raptors, this team is going to be crazy good, man. Vince Carter at small forward, DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. These two dudes are going to be throwing down some major shots. Houston Rockets, I decided to shift over Elijah to the power forward position. Just because I want Clint Capella to play, and I think Elijah with his post-up moves and just his ability to shoot the mid-range shot would do okay at power forward anyway, plus he's just one of the greatest centers of all time. San Antonio Spurs, we got prime Tim Duncan, 98 overall, should be 99 if you ask me, teaming up with Kawhi Leonard. You also got LaMarcus Aldridge shifting over to the center position. Phoenix Suns. Let's see if the Steve Nash effect actually works on the Suns. Steve Nash is known for making players around him amazingly better, so let's see if he can at least do that for the Suns, and maybe they do something in this video. OKC Thunder. Okay, so technically the highest rated player was a 97 overall Kevin Durant. But come on, man. We all got to go with the sharpshooter, Ray Allen. This team already has a ton of small forwards anyway, so Ray Allen is going to bring shooting that Andre Roberson could not even ever dream of thinking of bringing to this team. So adding him with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony, it's going to be deadly out there. Minnesota Timberwolves, of course, you got to add the big ticket man, Kevin Garnett at the power forward position alongside Karl Anthony Towns. Portland Trail Blazers, we added Clyde Drexler, naturally a shooting guard, put him at small forward, still 96 overall, still an amazing player for a big three right here. And the Golden State Warriors, I'm sorry, man. This team is probably going to win it all. We had to add the 98 overall center, Wilt Chamberlain. Oh, my life, guys. So let me know in the comment section below before I do the simulation, because I am just going to skip the simulation here just so we can go through a lot of stats and stuff and not have to worry about, the rest of the stuff right here. Let me know in the comment section below, my friends, who is going to win this playoff series, guys. Who is going to win the championship here? Unfortunately, my vote goes to the Golden State Warriors, but there's a lot of sleeper teams out here, so I'm going to simulate this video, guys, or the season, and we're going to see just how good all these teams really do. Yo, guys, my apologies. My bitch-ass alphabet these days is just not all that great. I thought the Warriors were the last team. I forgot totally about the Washington Wizards, who are currently in first place, so I totally got to pay respect to them also. The legend on their team, of course, is Elvin Hayes, so I did not want to forget about them. So let's go ahead, guys, and continue the rest of the simulation. Okay, so we do have one game left in the season here, guys, before we go through all the stats right here. So simulate through day against the Milwaukee Bucks for the 76ers at least. And yeah, guys, the MVP on the season still goes to Stephen Curry. Really, 2K? Come on, man. Y'all got a freaking, James Harden for this guy right here. Literally, man, a James Harden ride, 2K. I know you're a Golden State Warriors fan, but I know Curry's a great player, don't get me wrong. But don't let your blindness for your favorite team ruin the game right here. Although at the same time, man, I know a lot of people get mad at me because in my videos I pick a lot of Piston players, but you know what, man, I totally, come on, it's whatever, man, I don't care, Steph Curry MVP, you're a good player. Rookie of the year, Ben Simmons, that makes sense, there was no rookies on here that we added. Paul Gasol, 6th man of the year, yeah, he got benched due to, well, I don't even think he starts in real life, does he right now? He might actually start. But on this game, we got LaMarcus Aldridge and Tim Duncan in the front court for the Spurs. Wilt Chamberlain, Defensive Player of the Year, man. Check out those stats. About 19, 20 points per game, 15 rebounds, 1 steal, and about 3 blocks per game. Definitely warrants Defensive Player of the Year. Vince Carter, Most Improved Player at 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and some really good defensive numbers, too. Of course, he did not put up crazy scoring stats because Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan are typically good scorers in the NBA anyway. Coach of the Year, Steve Kerr, had a 64-18 record. All-NBA first team, we do have Stephen Curry, Michael Jordan, LeBron James of the Cavaliers, Dirk Nowitzki, and Wilt Chamberlain. All-NBA second, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Bob McAdoo, Clyde Drexler, and DeMarcus Cousins getting it for the Pelicans. All-NBA third, D-Wade, Chris Paul, Malone, I almost said Karl Anthony Towns, Giannis, and Andre Drummond. All defensive team looking like this. That is some athleticism right there, guys. It's like for an all defensive team, Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, both great on-ball defenders in their prime. All defensive second team, and then we got the rookies out there, which we don't really care about for this type of video in particular. Okay, let's check out the rest of the conference standings as far as like what what teams made it and everything. So Eastern Conference looking like this: Bucks, 76ers with Allen Iverson on that team, Boston Celtics, Miami Heat, Washington, Toronto, Cleveland, and the New York Knicks. I had a feeling, man, that Walt Frazier was going to lead that Knicks team, to something great on here. My Detroit Pistons, just no respect in this game, guys. Freaking second to last place with Isaiah Thomas. Western Conference, yeah, Golden State Warriors. Like I said, man, I thought they were going to win it out there. Houston Rockets, OKC Thunder. All right. Yo, we getting the Portland Trail Blazers some respect out there in 4th place. Clippers, with Blake Griffin at small forward, I was not quite sure how that was going to work out, but it did. And then, of course, when you got a prime Chris Paul dishing the ball out to DeMarcus and Anthony Davis, it is going to be deadly out there. Okay, so now we have the player stats. We'll just go to league leaders. We'll do it this way. So, leading the NBA in scoring is Dirk Nowitzki at about 31 points, but also grabbing 14 rebounds, which is absolutely crazy because Dirk was not really ever a fantastic rebounder in the NBA. But, man, maybe in this NBA with a lot more small ball, he can do that out there. Michael Jordan, yeah, it makes sense that he was going to go absolute ham on the Chicago Bulls. Clyde Drexler, a nice 30 points per game himself with Damian and CJ McCollum. We got McAdoo. Wow, dude. Like, I'm not going to lie, guys. I do not know much about Bob McAdoo, but I'm going to look up this man right here. Curry, Dominique Wilkins. Okay. There's Walt Frazier with that 25 points and 9 assists at the point guard position for the Knicks. Julius did his thing out there, too. LeBron James. Kobe Bryant with Lonzo Ball had about 23 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Come on, man. We all know Kobe is going to be taking over if he was really in this prime on the Lakers today. Like, it's just how it would be. That dude would be averaging about 30 points himself. Giannis, Devin Booker, Dwayne Wade averaging 22 points, 7 assists on the Heat. Okay. Iverson, Porzingis, Durant, Conley, Larry Bird on the Boston Celtics. And just real quick here, I'll kind of scroll down kind of quickly. So there's a player you really like and want to see, just pause the video and you can check out stats and everything like that. So we'll go to 100 here just so you guys get a good depth and a good... What? Come on, 2K. 14 points for this man, Kevin Garnett. I mean, that team's got a lot of scores on it, so maybe it somewhat makes sense. All right, that's enough of that right there. We got playoff times, guys. So let's see what we got here. So Golden State, yeah, we already know the playoffs and everything right here. So we're going to go ahead and simulate current round. See who wins this here. Pelicans eliminated. We got Grizzlies gone. We got Raptors gone. Heat gone. Knicks gone. Clippers gone. 76ers gone. OKC. Wow. The OKC Thunder gone. Real quick, man. I actually want to kind of peep out this OKC Thunder team real quick. I want to see what their player stats was. Once again, I'll go kind of slow just so you guys can stop and see your favorite team. Here we go, man. A little quicker, crispy. Y'all better pause this real quick if you want to see. Okay, so even with Ray Allen on the team, I mean, I guess they got eliminated in the playoffs, but the scoring is actually kind of up a bit, which a lot of that has to do with spacing and things like that. And there's just the rest of the team for you guys to see. All right. Rest of the playoffs. What do we got left? Golden State, Portland, Houston, Minnesota, Boston, Cleveland, Milwaukee, and Washington. Simulate current round. Minnesota gone. Portland gone. Cleveland gone. Washington Wizards gone. Wow. So we got the Bucks, Celtics, Houston Rockets, and Golden State Warriors. Now the Western Conference, not all that surprising to me. Eastern Conference, Boston Celtics, of course, are a great team, and Larry Bird makes them even better. And I was saying, dark horse, Milwaukee Bucks with Ed and Kareem. Simulate current round. Okay, so, wow, man, Golden State got eliminated. Okay, Bucks gone too. So we have the Houston Rockets with Hakeem Olajuwon and the Boston Celtics, Larry Bird, in the NBA Finals right here. Simulate current round, see who wins it all. Houston Rockets just absolutely took this over, guys. James Harden still getting that Finals MVP at about 24 points and 11 assists per game out there. Looking at the player stats for this last one right here, just so you guys can get an idea out here how players did. Chris Paul, wow, that is crazy, man. 2 players, getting 31 assists between each other. Only won by 1 point in that final game. But anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video, man. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, And peace out, my friends.